Hello YouTube, this is MattThePilot, and today I'm going to be doing a RNAV approach into Oshawa Airport, CYOO. So I'm cruising along here 5,000 feet. I was just cleared for the RNAV 30 via the DUDAT transition. That's going to be, so we're going to select it here. Procedure, CYO, select it. I'm going to scroll down here to RNAV 30. It's an LPV approach. And we're going to select our vectors. To tut. You see here I skipped by the minimums. It's with Flight Simulator, it takes a little while to scroll through to get to the minimum, so I'll load them up later. So here we go. Load that in, activate it. You can see now the autopilot's going to take us to the first initial approach fix, the do tut. Let's see here. So we gotta go with the Toronto Center. No, I missed their first transmission. So that's the aircraft. It's a Diamond DA-40 and Charlie Foxtrot Sierra India Mike. So we're gonna let them know we acknowledge that approach. We're gonna start flying along here. So I'm making this video here, and as you can see, their ForeFlight just popped up.
Destination ATIS is 125.675.
Here I select the procedure. We're already direct to CYO. I depart at CNY3. We select our approach, our nav. You can see that loads the plate up. See our aircraft off in the left corner. This is the approach plate. Another thing I like to do is I go up here and I select the approach through the procedure and adds it into the flight plan. Select do tut initial approach fix. There, it's all loaded in. Easy peasy. So you can see here, cruising along. Autopilot's on. It's the G1000. I'll just take this time to tell you a little about myself here. I'm a commercial pilot. I've never flown commercially. I work in a different field. My goal is to fly commercially in the future, and I'm just finishing my my IFR. I've done my NRAT. I have my hours for my commercial. I just have to get into the air and do some training. The reason I'm flying the G1000, a Diamond DA-40, is the local flight school. It's in Collingwood, Ontario. They use this aircraft. Oh, here, just quickly what I'm doing here. I clicked on that time reference. This is where I can put in my minimums. If we look at the approach plate there, I'm going to be doing the LPV approach, and minimums there are 696, so we're going to be 700. So we load that in there, scroll through here, put that in there. What this does is when we come in for the approach, it'll be beside the altimeter setting there, 2992. You'll be able to see the minimum. So that basically means for coming in on the approach and we can't see the runway by the 700 feet, we're going to go missed. So it won't show up yet. You can see I click that heading button. I like to have my heading always on my track that I'm currently on. So yeah, cruising along here. Take a look at the window. It's pretty cool. The graphics are amazing. It's Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. We're running the RTX 3080 graphics card, so it works phenomenal with this setup. Like I said, this is, if you can get a copy of Microsoft Flight Simulator while you're doing your training, it's going to save so much money, because this is what you're going to do in a simulator. Alright, you can see over there, got a little advisory that popped up. It's because a little fuel on the one side, so I'm just transferring some over to the other side. So when I made this video, I tried recording it as I was making it, but it didn't work. So this is kind of like voiceover, so I'm trying to remember what I was doing and just chat about it as we go. So I know at one point here I'm going to speed this up so we can get closer to that initial approach fix. 134.25 Okay. We're just taking a quick look at the approach plate here. So we're direct do-tut transition, and then from there we're going to the next waypoint, new dead. I'll be down at 2,100 feet by that point, and then cruise on to map app, and then we'll be on the approach there. Again, just looking at my windows, enjoying the graphics. At some point, I'm going to speed this up. There we go, the mouse is going up. There we go, I'm thinking about it. There we go. Click on that X2. That's just the sim selector tool. And we can speed this up to, I think it goes up to 16 times speed, but we're just going to use 4 times for this. So let's look at it. So they're pretty quick. It's the best part about using a sim. Yeah, I know how to fly autopilot. It's super easy. But once you actually get to your approach, then you can go back to regular speed and slow everything down and think about it. You might ask, how do I get ForeFlight hooked up here? I'm using a program called Flight Events Client. You basically just load that up. You select your iPad IP address and hit connect. What it does is puts you your Microsoft Flight Simulator location right on the iPad, which I think is amazing. It's just like the real thing. It's like we're in the aircraft right now, flying along. All right, we're getting there. There we go. Towers telling us to send down to 2,100 feet, and we'll do that. You can see there in that pink color. That's the VNAV profile. So if we click on the VNAV, we can actually let the autopilot take you down to those altitudes. It's a pretty cool function. And then you can look in the profiles there for the VNAV. Shows your required descent rate, what you're currently at. And, it just helps you with getting down to the proper altitude. You can see here the V path is armed, so that means it'll get us down to the 2,100 feet. Another peek out the window. City of Oshawa, Ontario, Canada. Beautiful place. Flown in there with my 150 a few times. It's a towered airport, so you get to talk to somebody there. Controlled. Good experience. Lots of traffic there these days. Here we are. I'm zooming in on the active VNAV profile. You can see the target and then the required. And it's a 3-degree descent. Tells you your bottom of descent, top of descent. It does it all for you, which is amazing having the G1000. Definitely takes away some of the workload in the cockpit. Alright, here we go. We got to our first initial approach fix here. Do tut. Autopilot takes care of this. I guess when the next point will be New Dead. So what I like to do is put my headings on what I'm going to fly next, so I can see the next turn. It's going to be 302 degrees. So I'm just going to load that up here. You can see that little teal color right here, 302 setup. So that'll be the next turn. And if we look at the approach plate, we always go through this approach plate before we come in, and I look it over, and I like to see minimums. We're going to take a look at the minimums in a second here. You can see I put into the approach mode. I don't know if you saw me click on that. So I was pointing up there, the GP selected above the 2100 feet. That's glide path. This is an LPP approach, so we'll capture a glide path and take us right down to the runway. So approaches goes over to tower. We'll let them know when we're inbound. Come up to our turn here. This turn will take us to the 302 heading. Beautiful view. So yeah, this flight here, like I said, this is just showing you how to do it more for Flight Simulator. I don't have my IFR rating yet. I'm working on it. So if you see something that I'm doing wrong, please let me know. Put in the comments. Send me a message. I'd love to know, because I guarantee I'm making many mistakes here. But this is the place to make the mistakes. And then once I start working more towards my rating, I'm gonna obviously improve, and the more you fly, the more you improve. So I'm slowing the aircraft down a bit. One thing I missed is I should have got the ATIS when I came in, and got the altimeter setting. I didn't put that in, so we're at 2990, and shortly when I contact the tower, they'll give me the altimeter setting, and I think my altimeter setting is a little high right now, so we'll adjust that in a bit. You'll see it in the video. One thing that doesn't work on this is you can see the 2300 RPM flashing there. I'm adjusting the throttle and it doesn't seem to adjust that 2300. I'm not sure if it's a glitch in Microsoft Flight Simulator, but who knows. Here we are. Tune the tower. Let them know we're inbound.
Tower Diamond Charlie, Foxtrot Sierra.
9 miles east of the airport. Inbound on RNAV 30 approach.
CDR in 3.9 miles.
There you go. Altimeter setting 2974. Wind 281 at 14. So this is when I'm going to realize that I'm at 2990. I'm going to try adjusting it. You can see here I'm trying to adjust it. It's not working. I'm not sure if I did something wrong here or if it's just glitching. It's a little difficult on Flight Simulator with the mouse to make sure you're on the right part of the button. But generally I turn this knob and it's supposed to... There we go. As you can see now that it's going to the proper setting, it's picking up the proper altitude. Yeah, this is where I want to learn. So errors like this in the air, are not good. So next time I'll remember to get that all set up before I come in for the approach. I'm blown away by the graphics with this. Like, I've had flight simulators since I was a young kid, and how much this came along is amazing. So, great tool if you're practicing. So once we pass this fix here, we're gonna look for the GP. You can see that selected, the glide path. It's gonna replace where
CDR in
the
1.2
altitude is
mile.
beside autopilot, and it's gonna show GP there, and then the autopilot's gonna fly the glide path all the way down. It's a 3-degree glide slope down. There it is. So you can see GP, so now it's on the glide slope.
Cleared to land runway 30. Cleared to land runway 30, Diamond Sierra, India Mike.
It's a glide path, I guess we can say. Alright, slow her down a bit. At this point, you already put the flaps down. Not yet, don't have full flaps yet, so it's just first notch of flaps are down. Trying to slow the aircraft down. The speeds, the Microsoft Flight Simulator speeds are a little different than the real aircraft, so I'm not sure what approach speed we're supposed to be using. I'm not really too focused on it for this. You can see beside where I put the altimeter setting, the 700 feet. So that's my minimums. We played around with the time/reference button earlier. So that's going to tell us, we're going to keep an eye on that. And at 700 feet, we're going to look up and make sure you can see the airport lights. Obviously, we're going to be okay. We can see the airport, no problem right now. We're on our heading there.
2 mile final runway 30.
Again at the approach plate. If we go miss, we're going to climb the 3,100 feet on a track of 302 to Urbeck. And if you can see up on Urbeck, you can go into a standard holding pattern, and then we'd contact City Center or Toronto and let them know we're missed approached, and they'll get us back in for another approach. But we're definitely not going to go miss today. You can clearly see the runway in the city of Oshawa. Also see there all those yellow towers all over the place, or buildings. Yellow.
500.
Those red ones, if we were at this altitude, it'd be very dangerous. And so it's kind of cool those pop up. Slowed right down here. So just a heads up before I land here. It's going to be a horrible landing. My plane wasn't trimmed out or anything. And the yoke I'm using, it was very sensitive. So I almost actually stalled out. You'll see it here. Horrible landing. It's the only difference with flight simulators. You don't get that feel. There's no feedback or anything. And it's a little different aircraft for me too. It's a Diamond. I have a Cessna 150. Many hours. I'm almost at 500 hours. So. Here we go. Autopilot's disengaged. I'm trying to use my rudder pedals here. Yikes. Let's get sloppy. Well, there you go. Touchdown. Wasn't pretty, but we're on the ground. Nobody's injured. Again, Flight Simulator is. If you want to crash, this is time to do it. But we managed. We're down safely. So that's it for the video. Thanks for watching. Please make some comments if you see something I did wrong or have some pointers for me. Like I said, I'm going through the training, so I can't wait. It's going to be so much fun to actually get up there and do the flight training. Yeah, I guess you can do that subscribe button too, and if I have some more videos pop up, I'll put them online. Let me know if you like this video, what I can do better. Thanks so much for watching.